What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Resistance. Shout out to everybody just joining in. Appreciate y'all. Hope everybody doing good. Another night live stream. Early evening live stream, should I say. How's everybody doing? Please put a 1 in the chat for good audio. Need to see a 1 in the chat for good audio. Got a few videos lined up for y'all. They both come from off of Facebook. Pretty interesting videos. Get to see the tyranny and corruption up close. Let's get into it. Once again, shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's go.
I'm just a picture in the frame. Pause. I paint word pictures on the canvas of life.
I'm everywhere in public.
First video comes from Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. This video is by MK Coffee Shop. MK Coffee Shop. Very interesting video. Let's get into it.
I'm only going to ask you.
I am no threat. I'm not resisting.
Yes, you are. You're passive resisting. I'm telling you, unless you leave, you're under arrest.
And I'm telling you that that's not lawful.
I'm telling you, it is.
That's why I'm asking you to call your supervisor.
He's on his way.
Good.
So now, no. So now you put your hands behind your back.
I do not believe that that would be necessary, sir.
Yes, I do. I'm giving you an order to put your hands. Now, unless you want to be arrested for resisting arrest, I suggest you comply.
You can't arrest someone for resisting arrest.
Yes, I can. I'm telling you.
I mean, you can.
I'm telling you, you're under arrest. You're under arrest.
So what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen, is we have an officer who wants to place a man under arrest, all because, once again, he's recording. You can see how aggressive this officer is. He's telling him to place his hands behind his back, telling him he's under arrest. And the cameraman, he's challenging him on this situation. He said, yeah, you can arrest me all you want, but it doesn't make it legal. And the officer's not even paying attention. He don't care if it's legal or not. He just wants the man to comply by his illegal rules.
You're under arrest.
I'm telling you that that's not lawful.
You're under arrest.
I am not lawfully under arrest.
Yes, you are.
You're mistaken.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No,
okay, so this is why we want the supervisor.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
No,
you are.
No, I'm not.
Okay. So how do we resolve this?
I'll take you to Pima County Jail. That's how we resolve it.
Pima County, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we find out what?
Well, then I suggest put your hand behind your back.
I kind of don't want.
And what you can see, ladies and gentlemen, is that he has this man's wrist clenched in his hands. The officer has the man's hands clenched. And he's telling him to put his hands behind his back, all because he's simply recording. They don't want you creating an objective record, and they definitely don't want you going against their illegal directives. So when it doesn't go as planned, this is what they do. Now, he's already violated this man's constitutional rights simply by placing his hands on him. The man did not commit a crime. He has every right to record. Let's continue.
So you're refusing.
I'm not sure what's going to happen if I put my hands behind my back. You're already stepped over like several lines.
But you're going to be detained. That's what's going to happen.
Okay, so I can be detained.
Yeah, so put your hands behind your back for trespassing.
Okay, so is the department...
Shout outs everybody who just came in. I appreciate y'all. Cajun Randy 214, Jeremy Brulard, Harold Shields for sure, Dr. Valerie Sheary. Who else we got? That's it for now, but I appreciate y'all for coming in.
Economic security, a public office.
This young man asked you to leave. You're refusing.
You're trying to grab me.
You're refusing.
That sort of hurts.
You're refusing.
That sort of hurts.
You're refusing.
I don't think I want to do that.
You're refusing.
So now it's escalating it even more, becoming even more physical. You can hear the cameraman say, hey, that kind of hurts. That kind of hurts, guy. You know, I don't think you should be doing this. I didn't commit a crime.
Refusing.
That sort of hurts.
You're refusing.
I don't think I want to do that.
You're refusing. Really?
I don't think I want to do that, sir. I don't trust you.
744, start me another unit.
That's fine.
So what you just seen just now is an officer who can't handle one single man. Good thing that this cameraman is not dangerous, because this police officer wouldn't be able to handle him. He'd be flat on his ass right now if the cameraman really wanted some smoke. I see we got a few people that just came in. Aaron Wedge, Arthur Hunt, Renetta Williams, the queen all the way from Wynn, Arkansas. Appreciate you. Tommy Guns, what's up, my man?
I will wait here calmly.
No, you're going to be in handcuffs.
I will wait here calmly.
You're going to be in handcuffs.
I will wait here calmly.
Handcuffs.
Calmly.
District 24 out.
You're under arrest.
I understand.
So put your hands behind your back.
Funny thing is, they always say you under arrest, but they never tell you what you under arrest for, man. I think that needs to be wiped out. I don't think under arrest should be enough, because they be operating outside the scope majority of the times. They operate outside the scope. They think because they demand ID that you're supposed to give it up. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your God-given right. And there's no law that says you have to produce ID when you're walking around in the sweet United States of America. Okay? That was built by your ancestors' blood.
I understand that you feel that I'm under arrest.
Put your hands behind your back.
I will follow all of your lawful orders.
Then put your hands behind your
I am
back.
not resisting a lawful arrest.
Put your hands behind your back. Yes.
No. I really wish you would take that mask off.
Take
Put
yours
on a
off.
different one.
Put yours on. Take yours off.
Why? You don't like Paisley?
Cameraman just said, I really wish you would take that mask off. It's like, a desecration to the United States flag, It's just, them basically showing that they're doing their own thing. They're part of a gang. And whoever goes against it will have problems.
Fix to be a whole bunch of us here in a minute.
That's better.
And then you're going in
Because
handcuffs.
my odds are better that
Then you're
way.
going in handcuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
So as long as it's not you.
And what you have around them is security guards of the establishment that the cameraman went to go record. And this is afterwards when the police have arrived. And ladies and gentlemen, he's threatening them that he's going in cuffs. And he has his wrists gripped up. You know what I'm saying? All this is illegal. This police officer, his qualified immunity just flew right down the breezeway that you're looking at. It just flew straight down that breezeway, because now he is not an officer. He's not acting under the color of law. He is actually a criminal and needs to be held to the highest standard.
Oh, it's going to be me.
Well, all right. I guess I don't have anything to say about that.
No, you don't. Because you're under arrest.
Okay.
So put your hands behind your back.
How long is it going to take the supervisor to get here?
Put your hands behind your back. hands behind your back.
No, sir.
You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back. You're refusing.
We've gone over this.
You're refusing to comply.
You know, when the pissing match has already started and they're talking about you're refusing to comply, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares about, him asking, is he refusing to comply? He already put his hands on him. He's already acted out of the scope of what's going on. Look at this man, eyes looking at the camera. He can't believe what's going on. All he's doing out there is just recording. He got a police officer, okay, with a desecrated flag wrapped around his face, acting as a criminal. He just left the jurisdiction of being a police officer. He just left out of that jurisdiction, okay? He just became a criminal. He is no longer a cop right now as you look at him. He is a criminal. A cold-blooded piece of shit. And guess what? He could be sued in his individual capacity and he could be sued in his official capacity. His official capacity, along with the police department. Sad thing is, it comes out the taxpayers' dollars.
You're refusing to comply. You're refusing to comply.
I think I've already made my point clear. This is public property. This is public access. Part of the Department of Economic Security.
Shout out Sheldon Saunders. Sheldon says he's trying to illegally detain him. Wow. This is why we the people must stand up and fight, not only for our rights, but for your kids' own rights as well. I know that's right. Shout out to Sheldon Saunders. He hit that right on the head. That's the truth. You gotta be out. Listen, if you're out here and you're walking about and you got police officers running up on you trying to violate your rights, you cannot curb. You cannot let your tail get tucked between your legs. You gotta stand up. You can't let them rape you for your rights. We ain't asking for y'all to go in front of the Capitol or, go down to the city and, shout to the top of your lungs when everything happened. No, what I'm just asking you is when the police come fucking with you and they trying to fuck with your rights, stand up. Stand up.
Yeah, the renting doesn't matter. A public agency that rents private property is still public access.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm simply saying.
Put your hands behind your back.
Shout out to Renetta Williams, the queen, all the way from Wynn, Arkansas. She says, hello, everyone. I can't see. Much love from the queen resistor. Shout out to Renetta Williams. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. You can't see us, but we can see you. Much love.
Simply saying that this is not a lawful arrest.
Put your hands behind your back. Hey, no, with the camera.
Do you want us to do this the hard way, or do you want to put your hands
Okay, so this is what I get. Are you the supervisor?
Yes, I am.
What's your name and badge number, sir?
My name is Mike Bond. My badge number is 397.
Okay, please do not shut off the camera. And actually,
shout out to Dr. Valerie. Dr. Valerie says, I asked my state rep of Illinois today, what about that qualified immunity in the George Floyd law? She's on FB talking the year of the tiger. Really? They hail everyone else but ours. This is Black History Month, too. Shout out to Dr. Valerie. That's deep.
don't take it. You just
if you let go of it, I won't break it.
I need your supervisor. Your supervisor. Your supervisor.
When I take this camera, I'm going to hand it to you. Copy.
I need your supervisor, Sergeant Vipon. I need your supervisor. No, your.
So now you got two police officers assaulting them. They just anteed up, okay? The stakes just got higher. Now you have assistants assaulting him now. This is crazy. This is getting deep. And look what's going on. You got somebody in the background easing their way on that. What's going to happen?
Supervisor. Take the camera and point it at me.
Wow, we got a whole new person in the mix. Now that's a third person, a security guard of the establishment. He just got in the mix. So now we got 1, 2, 3. 3 people assaulting this man. We got 1, 2, 3 separate lawsuits within their individual capacity, and that's facts.
What department are you with?
I work for Collin County Sheriff's Office.
Collin County?
Yes, sir.
You got ID on you?
Sure.
Can I see it, please?
Shut that down for a minute. Shout out to everybody in the chat. That was the end of the video. Unfortunately, it cut off like that abruptly. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, just so you guys can go over there and see it yourselves, let me pull it back up for y'all.
Audible is the best place to listen.
I'm only going to ask you.
I am no threat. I'm not.
Sorry about that commercial. I had to mute the whole situation. But this is the channel, or should I say the Facebook page, MK Coffee Shop. The title of the video is Cop Can't Handle Being Denied. ID losers can't be. Sorry about that. Cop can't handle being denied. ID loses control. Police. So that's kind of like a unfinished sentence. So sorry for reading it the way it did, but it was written messed up. But that's MK Coffee Shop. Y'all can check that out. Shut this camera down. How's everybody doing? We still got remnants of the snowstorm this weekend. Snow piled up almost 6 feet high. Like I can't even, the corner of my block, I can't even walk on the corner of my block. It's like a 8 feet mound of snow right on the corner. Well, it's like in y'all area. I know the Northeast got hit crazy. I seen on the news it's supposed to be some type of icy conditions coming all the way up from Texas, all the way up here to New England. Crazy. Weather's getting crazy, ain't it? Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all. So we got some more people in here. Boydris. Shout out to Boydris. Bob Scharfenberg. Shout out to Bob Scharfenberg. All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen. The next video that I have. This one is very interesting as well. The title of it is Cops Don't Understand the Law. Man Knows His Rights. Let's get into it.
It's the resistance.
You're making it harder. I'm trying to do.
I'm trying to make it lawful.
Well, it's articulable reasonable suspicious that you're performing something illegal there, or you're doing something there. Well, we have other things going on. All I have to do is identify you. We can get you on your way.
I was identifying me, going to tell you what I was doing.
This is articulable reasonable suspicious. You just proved
it. Of what crime? Of what crime? Whoa! Simple battery. All right. Yeah, we're just.
All right, so as you can see, this is originally by Lackluster. Shout outs to Lackluster. He's always breaking down these crazy videos. This is originally by him, but this is being shown from Facebook. And this is one of my favorite pages off of Facebook, Vicky Doza Tattoo. I'm following him right now. You guys go and follow him. And if you don't know about Lackluster, he's on Facebook and YouTube. So go follow him on both platforms. Shout outs to Dean Herndon, Tom Forbes, John Stroud. Appreciate y'all. Let's go.
So I was checking something out of the map.
Okay, all right. You do realize you stopped back there.
Yeah, we thought we could get through. Then we saw we couldn't, so we turned around.
All right. You got your driver's license with you?
I do. Am I getting pulled over for something?
Well, you pulled into the water driveway back there.
To turn around.
Yeah, and we're trying to figure out what you were doing. We're trying to identify you.
Is that illegal?
How's my ID going to tell you what I'm doing?
Well, we're trying to identify you.
Okay.
For what?
May I please have your driver's license?
Is that a lawful order?
Yes, sir.
What infraction do you believe I've
pulled
committed?
over here on the road, and I checked that.
Because I was going to look at the map. I didn't want to get out my cellular device
Well, that's good.
while I was driving.
That's good. I appreciate it. Do you have your driver's license?
I have my driver's license with me, but I'm not certain I'm required to give it. Can you state some sort of statute or
Yes, sir.
some sort of infraction?
Anytime you're requested by law enforcement to provide driver's license, you have to provide driver's license.
If you
Oh wow, this one right here. He didn't even give a reason. He didn't say your tail light is out, your bumper is hanging a little bit on the right side. He didn't say I seen your muffler dragging. He didn't say none of that. He just said it's required when asked. When asked of you by a state police officer, you have to produce that ID. That is a goddamn lie, ladies and gentlemen. Please do not believe that. You cannot just be pulled over whenever they want to pull you over and they ask you for ID. No. They have to have reasonable suspicion. They have to have a reason for pulling you over for the traffic stop. They have to state that reason. And sadly enough, even if it's a bullshit reason, it's still enough for them to ask for your ID. But this one right here, he just straight lied and said when asked by a police officer or a state police officer, you got to give it up. Don't believe it.
You've committed some sort of infraction or
You turned
crime.
around back there.
Was that illegal? Was that illegal?
And you pulled in, so we're trying to figure out what
Was
you're
that
doing.
illegal?
We were trying to figure out.
I understand that.
We're trying to figure out what you're doing.
But you're not to figure out what I'm doing, police. You're the law enforcement.
And that we're trying to figure out. It's suspicious. So we're just trying to figure out what you were doing.
Is one of these cars your supervisor?
Yes, sir, it is.
I'd like to talk to your supervisor,
You're going
please.
to talk to me right now. And do you have your driver's license?
I'm not. I don't think I'm required to give you my driver's license, and I'd like to talk to your supervisor to find out.
Yes, sir. May I please get your driver's license?
I don't believe you're giving me a lawful command, sir.
Yes, I am. Sir.
For what purpose do you need my ID? What crime do you suspect me to have broken?
Because it was suspicious of you to pull.
Suspicious, is that a misdemeanor or is that a felony?
This way.
Is that a misdemeanor or a felony?
That's articulable reasonable suspicion that you were
Of
doing
what crime?
something. That you were loitering or something like that. Do you have
Evidence that I was loitering?
So you pulled in back there, did you not?
I turned around, because I saw that I couldn't get through.
Reasonable suspicion that you were
Of
doing
what crime?
something. That you were loitering or something like that. Do you have
Evidence that I was loitering?
Wow. So the man pulled into some kind of lot just so he could, be able to go the opposite way on the road. And this officer he's really taking it there. He's saying, yeah, well, you could have been loitering. It was suspicious that you've done that. How is that suspicious? How many of us missed our turn a ways back and realize we missed it and, have to go into somebody's driveway or to a business parking lot to get back to what we missed? He's using this example right here as a reason for him to be suspicious. As if he was loitering and committing a crime, doing something that he wasn't supposed to do. This is bullshit.
Loitering?
Sir, you pulled in back there, did you not?
I turned around, because I saw that I couldn't get through.
You couldn't get through. The road was open. I don't know.
Oh, I saw. It looked like there was checkpoints for getting into the prison or something. So we turned around because we didn't think we could get through.
As you can see from our plate, we're not from here, so
I
yeah.
understand that. Do you have your driver's license?
I don't. I'm telling you. Am I lawfully required to give you my ID?
Yes, sir.
For what purposes am I lawfully required?
Just explain to you.
Suspicion isn't a crime, and I didn't break any
Reasonable
ordinance.
Suspicion, yes.
Of a crime. Of a crime.
Reasonable suspicion that you turn around back
Can I just
doing
talk to the supervisor that's back there?
No, sir. I need your driver's license.
I'm done answering questions.
Loitering or something like that. Do you have
evidence that I was loitering?
But even the officer admits that all the men did was pull in, back out, and continue driving in the opposite direction.
Because it was suspicious of you to pull.
Suspicious, is that a misdemeanor or is that a felony?
Not to mention, the residence in question has a very long driveway, and there are no signs or anything else to indicate that.
So that was the driveway he pulled in. He went into the driveway, reversed out. Police officer seen him do it. He even said that was all he did. By the way, that was Lackluster's voice right there, who you heard talking. And he does have his platform on Facebook and YouTube. You can check him out. This is the original video from Lackluster, but we're watching it on Facebook from a page called Vicky Dozer's Tattoo. But anyway, the officers told him, well, that's what I watch you do. I watch you pull in the driveway, reverse out, and keep going. How does this constitute him to produce ID?
The home was special in any way. Had it not been for the trooper identifying the residence, no one would have known anything about it. What the officer thinks an ID will prove is still unknown, but his desire to obtain it continues to grow as the supervisor arrives on scene.
I'm trying to get identified, and I don't think I need to.
Step back here.
For what reason?
Step back here.
What did he explain? He explained that I turned around in someone's driveway. Yes, I did.
Okay,
I don't know whose driveway it was.
Stop and listen. You asked me a question. I'm telling you exactly what I'm doing.
Is it unlawful to turn around in a driveway? Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Currently, there's been events happening there in prison, correct?
I don't know. You can see I'm from Florida.
So this is what's going on.
Okay.
The events happening there in prison last week. All right.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that either.
So this sergeant right here just brought up that somebody escaped from prison a week prior, and he's from Florida. The driver's from Florida. There's no way that he would have known that unless he was just, watching the news or whatever. But he don't know that. He didn't know that. And they're using that as an excuse to why they need to get ID from him. He questioned them about, is it illegal to pull in somebody's driveway to turn around? They just straight bypass that and start talking about some prisoner who escaped from prison. They don't got shit to do with what's going on right now.
I pulled into a driveway. I didn't know whose driveway it was. Wasn't posted for trespassing.
If you hand your phone to your buddy, he can hit record with both phones, but you're going to step out here and we're going to try to identify.
Well, how is stepping out going to make me identify?
Because you haven't cooperated. I asked you multiple times.
So I'm going to ask you, sir, so you're a supervisor, correct? But is this a lawful request for my ID? Can you tell me what lawful statute or of what? My wallet's down there, so I can get you my ID from down there. I'm not going to have you get it.
Can you grab? I was pointing at it. It's right there. That's why I was pointing at it. You think that?
So I'm going to identify myself.
Still at this point, they have gave him no lawful reason for him to produce ID. They've talked about two things: that he pulled into a driveway, which is not enough reasonable cause or suspicion for them to see ID. And also, they mentioned something about some prisoner who escaped a week ago. Has nothing to do with the driver. But they still demand an ID and have not give him any reason, legal reason, why to produce it.
So, I will identify myself, but I'm going to make sure to follow through with this. Because I don't believe it's
by all means, please, sir.
So
I'm not telling you.
So you're just for the record, you're identifying me right now for what purpose?
Like I told you,
because you're suspicious.
Because I'm suspicious.
Yes, you turned around. You don't know everything that has happened.
I don't know anything that's happened. I'm not from here.
I'm going to explain it to you once I'm able to identify.
Okay.
Wow. He said he's going to explain to him why he pulled him over once he's able to identify him. Ladies and gentlemen, this is crazy right here. This is this man's rights being raped as we watch. Okay, this should be rated XXX. He's being raped right now. This is real shit. He said, "Give me your ID first, then I explain it to you." Wow.
So you're identifying me for suspicious behavior?
Yes, sir.
And that's not a misdemeanor, nor a felony,
it is,
nor have I committed a traffic infraction.
We don't know what you're doing. But honestly,
this isn't going to tell you what I'm doing. But so, just for the record, I have not made a traffic infraction, correct?
Sir,
is that correct?
You pulled into the water.
Did I make a traffic infraction? Yes or no?
Sir, you pulled into a driveway that does not belong to you, right?
Yes.
You don't know who it belongs to.
Correct. I was turning around.
So I'm coming down here. I've informed you. Yes. When I initially informed you, when I asked for your driver's license, you asked for the reason. I informed you whose driveway that was.
Which I asked was that unlawful, and you said
yes. I'm trying to figure out because of the
My
events that
ID is going to
occurred.
make it yes or not
Yes, sir.
unlawful?
Yes, sir.
My
Let
ID
me
is going to
see- let
change
me see
whether
your
it's
driver's
lawful or
license.
not.
Let me-
I am handing you my driver's license
Yes,
under
sir.
duress. Under threat of, am I going to get arrested if I don't give you my license?
Sir, you can be charged. I'm just asking for your driver's license.
Am I going to be arrested if I don't give you my
I'm just
driver's license?
asking for your driver's license. Yes, sir.
If
you
you're-
can be arrested.
If you're asking for it, I'm going to say no. If you're requesting it, requiring it by law,
I am requiring
under
it by law.
threat of arrest, then I will.
I am requiring it by law. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I am going to get arrested if I don't ID myself.
There is state law that says when you request it by
It's a
law
yes or
enforcement.
no?
Yes,
Okay.
if you're required by law enforcement, you must provide your driver's license.
All right.
So that's a state law. When you are requested by law enforcement, you are required to give up your ID. Okay? Period. Not if you caused a traffic infraction. Okay, now if you made a moving violation. All right? Period. If you are requested by law enforcement to show your ID, you are required by law to do so. That's a goddamn lie.
If there's a reasonable suspicion.
This is articulable reasonable suspicion. You just
Of
proved
what
it.
crime? Of what crime? Whoa! Whoa!
Cold-blooded thug right there. You just snatched the man's ID out of his hand.
This is articulable reasonable suspicion. You just
Of
proved
what
it.
crime? Of what crime?
Look at him.
What?
Just snatched the man's ID, sweet, precious ID, right out of his hand. That's a damn shame. This is how these local state troopers and police officers, how they act in your own very town. You don't believe it? Proof is right in front of your face.
Whoa! Whoa! Simple battery. You just battered me, sir.
Step out here, because I've given you lawful commands.
And you have my ID.
Please,
And you have my ID.
Please give your phone to your friend, and we're gonna step out here.
Okay, I'm stepping out. You don't need to manhandle me.
I'm
I'm
not.
stepping out.
How am I
You're
managing
in.
to step out?
Okay, I'm stepping
I'm
out.
not. I don't want you doing anything to put the vehicle in drive because I've had that happen
I'll
before.
shut it off.
All right, thank you.
I didn't even think of that. I apologize.
Step back
Okay,
here.
I'm stepping back.
We're gonna step in front of my car. We'll get off the road here.
News Now Florida is removed from the vehicle after the trooper forcefully rips his ID from his hand. Rogue Nation goes live and continues to record the interaction from the vehicle.
And here's what I'm gonna say, okay? If you were trying with driver's license, I could let you go. Y'all could have been both. All right. I'm letting you know.
Take care of that later. That's a civil rights matter.
We're trying to identify you because someone pulled into the Florida's residence, and we didn't know what they were, had a Florida tag on them, okay? And so that's why we came out here. You stop right here. I appreciate you stopping and checking that. Thank you.
Hey guys, what's up? So what we got here is we're driving down the road. There's a prison at the end of the road. We decide to turn into the driveway to turn around. We get 3 cops behind us for suspicious activity. Pull us over.
I didn't know what you did. No one knows.
Pull them out of the car to ID them because of suspicious activity.
Now I know you're lawful. I know that you don't have any warrants on you. I know that you're not on a.
That's crazy. You got the whole story right there. That's News Now Florida and Rogue Nation, by the way. So they pulled into a driveway and simply went down the road, and it was looked at as suspicious activity. Are you serious? This is what will happen if you decide to pull into someone's driveway or some business driveway and decide to turn around. This is what you're going to look forward to, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a crime. Hey, let me ask you,
There were things that occurred. I told you that.
hey, is this street public all the way down through the prison?
Yes, sir. You can't get off on either part of the drive there, but you can drive right through.
I can walk through too, right?
On the roadway, I wouldn't advise walking on the roadway. Here's what I'm going to tell you, okay?
On the side of the road, though, it's fine.
On the side of the road, once you get off the road, it becomes prison property.
That's okay. That's state property. That's fine. There's a public easement.
Once you get to the gate, you can't. It belongs to GDC, okay?
Okay, we'll take it up.
Keisha, what you want to ask, please?
Is there anything I could have done to save our relationship? Keisha, I think you're a great person. You know, I think you.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Renata Williams, the queen in here, strong. Appreciate you, Renata. Harold Shields, Tom Forbes, Dean Herndon. Hey, let me know if y'all want to see another video or not. I know it's not too many people in here, but if you'd like to see another video, put one in the chat. If you guys want to come up here and talk, ask some questions, want to throw it in the chat or come on up on the panel, I'll put it in the chat. My man Harold Shields, he said, yeah. Wally Lowe, shout out to my cousin Wally Lowe. Renata Williams. All right, I'm going to look for another video. Anybody got any questions? Or if they want to hit that link in the chat and come on up, please do so. It was a video. No matter of fact, I'm going to go to, while I'm at it, let me just show you guys a couple things. Please subscribe to my backup channel on YouTube, Eyezonbluebloodz. Just in case anything happens to my primary channel, The Resistance, on YouTube. You know, they don't want you hearing the stuff that, or seeing the stuff that I have to show you. So just in case anything happens, right there is the backup channel on YouTube, Eyezonbluebloodz. Currently, it's 182 subscribers. It's just another channel to go find my content. Currently, I'm in YouTube jail on the Resistance platform. So I'm cross-streaming on Eyezonbluebloodz and Facebook for y'all. So y'all can subscribe to that. Please do. My other platform that I'm on, Odyssey. Right there on the top left-hand corner. Sign up to Odyssey, y'all. Y'all can get some good content from off of there. That's a platform for people who are banned or they keep getting censored on YouTube. And, you know, showing that hard, gritty stuff. This is the platform to come to. Odyssey. And it's the Resistance as well. So we got Eyezonbluebloodz. That's on YouTube, the backup channel. We got Odyssey. And that's a platform. Odyssey is a platform that doesn't delete anything. Nothing gets deleted. It'll stay up there forever. So if y'all can do that, it'd be definitely appreciative. I'm going to find this video for y'all. I got to go to YouTube. I seen it earlier today. And it's an older video. It's definitely an older video, but how this officer treats this kid, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Give me 1 second.
Hit the lights! Everybody about to get killed out here. Like it for everybody.
So I'm just scrolling through my history real quick to find a video. It's not going to take much longer. I should be coming up on it real quick. Alright. Taking a little longer than I thought, but I'm about to come up on it because not too long ago that I seen it. can't find it. So I'm going to go to plan B. And I'm going to show you this video right here. But while I'm showing you this video, I'm going to still continue to look for the other one. Sorry for the interruption, ladies and gentlemen.
They work. What's that? They work, yeah. Oh. I'm the only one in it. It's still sprinkling. Copy. What agency are you identified with? President Police Department, Officer Lamella. The reason we're stopping you is you got yellow lights to the front. You can't modify the lighting equipment that the vehicle comes with. It's got to be, you can't alter it. You have your license and registration? I do. Okay. Did you buy it from the dealership like that? I got it like that. Yeah. From the dealership? Mm-hmm. Where you headed to? Home. The registration. Still on order there? Yep. All right. Great. Insurance? Was that? I've been cited for this before and was not guilty of anything I went to court.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I had to stop that video because I found what I was looking for. This video is crazy right here. It's about a little boy who was driving down the road. It was a golf cart he was driving, and he was pulled over by the police. And the little boy ended up lying to the police officers about where he got the golf cart from, where his parents were. And they were doing good investigative work until one officer came onto the scene and started doing his own thing and started putting the little boy through horrible conditions. So it's a little long, but it's something to watch and it's something to learn from. Shouts to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all.
You're driving around in your mom's vehicle?
Yeah, I asked her if I could borrow it. She works at the Roswell.
At the Roswell what?
Up there. So yeah, I asked her if I could borrow it for a few minutes. And she said, yeah, just be safe. And
Okay, you understand that you cannot drive a golf cart down the road. The roadway.
I really didn't understand that. So
How old are you?
I'm 13.
You're 13?
Is that wrong?
Yeah.
13-year-old boy driving a golf cart down the road. I'm not going to hold you, ladies and gentlemen. He's definitely in the wrong. Police officers had every right to pull him over. I'm going to fast forward a little to let the story develop. There's a lot of dead spaces in between, so just fast forward just a little bit.
All right, so I don't think he's got dirt all over his knees like he's been crawling. He's in all black.
Yeah, I don't think he has.
He can't tell me his mom's address, his mom's phone number. He's got a multi-tool in his pocket. This thing, I don't know.
Shout outs to Denise Speeds.
Okay, well.
Y'all figure out somebody to get it, or if not, I don't know, whatever you want to do with it, but at least that way it'll be, I can watch it until 5. You probably can't leave it there after that.
Real quick, this is coming from Atlanta Journal-Constitution. It's body cam footage, but if you guys want to see it yourself, that's where you could go to. Atlanta Journal-Constitution. This is in Phoenix as well, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not totally convinced that mom let him take this and mom owns this thing.
Probably stole it. Yeah, I think you did too. Partially, but I don't know.
All right, so now what? We take him up to see if he's telling the truth at mom's?
So now they taking a little boy back to where he said he lived and his mother lives. And things start to come out. Some facts start to come out.
We're trying to figure out what's going on right now, okay? I'm going to seatbelt you in. I can't hear you. What now? You can't feel your wrist? Is it super tight? Have you been back here moving around? Let me see. Okay. Turn your back towards me for a minute, okay? There you go. I'm going to try and loosen them. Give me just a second. I didn't say you were going to jail. I said...
So he's back in the back seat crying. He's complaining about the handcuffs being too tight. It's actually 18 degrees out there, ladies and gentlemen. So he was already out there, God knows how long, in that type of weather, that type of temperature, driving a golf cart. Now he's arrested by the police. And like I said, all the way up to this point and even further, there's good police work being done. They're investigating the situation. And how bad it looks when we see a child get handcuffed. I know it looks bad. Nobody likes to see it. But in a situation like this, police have the right to do it, especially if they suspect him of a crime. And he's not giving up straight facts on where he was coming from, where he got the golf cart from. So they have to do investigation. And in the meantime, they have to detain him.
You were detained, okay? We're trying to figure out... That's not true. That is not true. These are pretty loose. I'm gonna lock them, okay? And I'm gonna get your seatbelt on, and I'm gonna take... Listen to me. I'm gonna take you up to Rosemont and see if we can find your mom, okay? I'm trying not to take you to jail, but I can't just let you go turn around and go home in the golf cart either, okay? So I need you to be honest with me and let me know. Help me find your mother for you, okay? And then we'll release you to your mother if everything checks out.
My mother's not here.
Your mother's not here? Where is she?
She's on a date.
She's on a date? So you took the golf cart without her permission?
So now we got more information that the mom is on a date. He initially told the officer that the mother was where they are, and I'm sorry, not where they are right now, but in an apartment complex called Rosemont or Roseville. And she was on her way to take him there to, try to talk to the mother, but he finally admitted that mom is on a date and it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes? Is it really her golf cart?
This is the company's golf cart, but she'll let me use it sometimes.
Okay. So where were you really going?
I was driving around.
You were just going to drive around? Can you give me your mom's number so I can call her?
She really doesn't have a number.
Okay, is there anybody that I can reach that's a legal guardian of you? Okay,
So I'll let y'all listen to this conversation right here and then I'll stop it.
Now he's saying that mom's on a date, mom's not home, mom left him home by himself. He took the golf cart, mom still works at Rosemont, but he took the golf cart because she lets him use it sometimes.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and call dispatch and see if they have a key holder and find out if it's actually her. And
Well, we have no key holder.
maybe we can go off there and see if she's home. I mean, he said he doesn't know the guy she's with. She just goes on these random dates.
But he's not going to tell you the truth. He hasn't told you the truth since he met you.
Yeah, so I don't know, but he's 13, from what I can tell. I mean,
24.
I think sorry.
Yeah, I think there's some issues there.
I don't know. I just announced that, but then.
Yeah. Guess who you confronting? Hey, she was sitting right here. She would have seen it in a second.
Yeah, that's true. I would have heard it. I haven't wondered about it.
I saw it on the map, but I didn't know if you were actually still here, if your GPS was like messed up.
Oh, no, yeah, I was sitting in the storage unit.
Yeah. Well, the gate's messed up on that storage.
All right, let me call dispatch.
All right, so up to this point, got 17 y'all in the chat. I know a few of y'all just came in. But for those that was already in here, up until this point, I don't see any discrepancy with their policing. Okay, I'm fine with it. If anybody is fine with it, let me know in the comments. If you're not fine with it, let me know in the comments and tell me why. But up to this point, I'm good. I feel as though They did good policing. They started the investigation. They've noticed things on the little boy. He was very dirty. His pants were black. He can't give a straight answer on where he got the golf cart from. He's already lied about the location of his mother. All right, so they got to do certain things now, and he's a minor, out 1 o'clock in the morning. So at this point, I'm good with the police. Let's watch on and see, how this takes a turn. And it only takes one police officer to make it go crazy. Shout out to Dean Herndon. Dean Herndon said at this point, they're handling okay. Right. That's how I feel. Renetta Williams said, why do they think everything is funny? Because they don't have nothing else better to do but to ride the streets. And they third shift, so they really bored. They can't wait to get a quick laugh from somewhere or to lock somebody up. But shout out to Dean Herndon. Dean Herndon said at this point the policing is okay. They handling it fine. Right. Let's watch on.
Okay, now he's saying he's found the golf cart at the back of the school. It was where? Next to a school. Should I read him Miranda? I mean, I haven't told him he's in custody.
We just need to get him to his parents. But, and I guess just all record for the golf cart.
So because they have no record of the golf cart, they don't know where it came from, nobody reported it stolen, they can't act on charging him with a crime. The most important thing for them to do is to get him to his parents. And that's kind of cloudy right now, because at first he said she was at a certain location where the police officer was initially going, and then he told her that she was on a date and she doesn't have a phone to get in contact with. So it seemed like another department may be getting involved in this situation, which is sad, and the boy probably won't be with his mother. But their main concern now is getting in contact with the mother.
Where is the golf cart right now? All right, you said to get to the school, he says you go all the way up into middle school? You know what he's talking about? What's the school called? Elkin Middle?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, what are you doing out at the school in the middle of the night? Where did he come from?
I don't know. I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, he was coming straight down 9. All right, where's your mom really?
On her date.
On her date?
What's her phone number?
What's her phone number? Okay, what's her phone number?
So he lied and said that she didn't have a phone number, and they kept.
All right,
they kept pressing him. What's his phone number? What's her phone number? And he finally gave it up. So the little boy has been lying ever since they've got in contact with him. So they've had to do things as far as detain him and to question him to get him to his parents. We heard the officer in the background say, well, the important thing is to get him to his parents. They have no reason to charge him for the golf cart as of yet because nobody reported it stolen. They have no proof that he stole it. They don't know where he got it from.
Understand this, that I can't just take you to your apartment and drop you off. That's not how this works. I have to release you to a legal guardian. So you're with me until we figure this out. So what time is your mom supposed to be home from a date? 3 or 4 in the morning? So if I went to your apartment...
That's not a date. That's a booty call.
Right now, I knocked on the door. Nobody would answer? I'm sorry? Why would it probably be open? I cannot take the handcuffs off of you, no. Because every 10 minutes you tell me a different story. And I don't know what's going on right now.
Shout out John
Are you
Coca.
who you say you are? You have no identification on you.
John Coca.
Are you really 13 years old? Okay. Well, I mean, you could be giving me any kind of birthday. Your mom's not answering her phone, but it's ringing. So either you gave me an incorrect number or her phone's on. Hey, I'm sorry to bother you. It's Dickerson. You're the courtesy officer for Rosemont, correct? All right. So we have what we believe to be a 13-year-old male driving down Alpharetta 9 in a golf cart just now. He's saying his mother is the manager at Rosemont and that she's on a date and we can't get a hold of her. Okay, so her name is Christy.
They just redacted audio.
Awesome.
Sensitive information.
Oh, okay. Well, initially he said he took it from the Rosemont complex because his mom let him borrow it, and now he's saying that he found it at the school, Elkin Middle. So you are missing a golf cart? Oh. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So she's just trying to get information, trying to get a better understanding on what to do with the situation, because she's like a babysitter right now.
Okay, and that's the shed by the 1300 building, you said? He said to check the shed by the 1300 building, and if there's no golf cart in there, that's where the golf cart came from. Also, he's never heard of Mom's name. So, now what? Just take him to YDC?
It sounds like they're going to take him to some type of juvenile facility. In the meantime, they said 3 letters. So because they can't get in contact with the parent at this time. Like I said, I wasn't surprised that another department would be getting involved because it's a minor. They're dealing with a minor.
That's looking like our only choice is to take you downtown to Atlanta. The juvenile detention center. Because if I can't reach Mom, I've got nowhere else to take you. I can't just drop you back off at the apartment. Yes? I need you to be honest with me about where the golf cart came from.
She trying to find out where that golf cart came from. She wants to know if it's stolen because she wants to have a collar. They don't care. Look, even though at this point she's doing good policing, she's doing everything that she's supposed to do. She has a minor in her possession. I'm sorry. She has a minor in her custody. And she's doing everything that she's supposed to do to treat that minor with the proper conditions that she's supposed to treat him with. So even though she's doing good policing, she's still digging and trying to figure out where that golf cart came from because she wants to charge him for that. Let's believe it.
Have you ever been stopped by the police? Jumping on a roof.
At this point,
your mom was born in 2000 something?
At this point, he's just telling lie after lie, so don't know what to believe.
That's all. He's seatbelted in.
Hey man, here's what I'm not gonna ask you for.
Oh.
Your mother's name, phone number, and address. who you with. Understand that? Think on it.
So listen, you have an officer in the background who just intervened with the investigation, and he's starting to question the boy in the back seat.
Understand that? Think on it.
I don't think so either.
Right here.
I don't think any of this is possible.
How about?
He's seatbelted in.
Hey, man. Here's what I'm knocking at you with.
Oh.
Other phone number. The address who you with. Understand that? Think on it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
You think for a few minutes? So where you live, and I'll be back with you in a minute.
So that was the officer talking to the boy. This is the vehicle that the boy is in the back. And you see he just went in the front seat. So what he told the officer was, he said, hey, man, he said, we need some things from you. Your mother's name, her number, and the address where she lives. And then you seen him go in the front seat.
Officer Dixon, you can come in my passenger seat for a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not saying anything if it's warm.
If what?
He said he's not saying anything if he's over there in the back seat and it's warm.
Oh.
So he can sit over there and be cold.
He said he ain't gonna say anything because he's in the back seat and it's warm. He said he ain't gonna say anything because he's in the back seat and he's warm.
Officer Dixon, you can come in my passenger seat for a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not saying anything if it's warm.
If what?
He said he's not saying anything if he's over there in the back seat and it's warm.
Oh.
So he can sit over there and be cold.
Oh.
He said he could sit over there and be cold. The cop just cut the heat off. The little boy is handcuffed. It's 18 degrees outside. That's the reason why he went into the front seat. He turned the heat off. Okay? How many agree with that? We're talking about a minor. This is what this cop did.
Okay.
That's why I rolled your windows down.
Oh.
Not only did he cut the heat off, but he rolled the windows down. He rolled the back windows down, 18 degrees, 13-year-old boy. He just said it. He's saying all this to the officer right now.
What?
He said he's not saying anything if he's over there in the back seat and it's warm.
Oh.
So he can sit over there and be cold.
Oh. Okay.
That's why I rolled your windows down.
Oh.
A few
And
minutes to think about it.
should I call an 85 for the golf cart?
Yeah. Let him get a little chill. Maybe that.
Yeah, and then he said his mom let him borrow it, and then he said he got it from the school. And I called Eric Smith, and he's saying that it's probably missing from the shed over there at Rosemont.
Yeah, it's most likely either from Rosemont or from a beanie.
So
It's either from Rosemont or.
Shout out to Dean Herndon. Dean Herndon says, why don't he just hold his head underwater? Heck of a way to interrogate, right? Like the conditions are so well, this is an 8th Amendment violation. Cruel and unusual punishment. 8th Amendment violation. This is not accepted by the people, okay? You know, it's definitely humiliating to be handcuffed and to be in the freezing cold trying to recuperate from that. That's humiliating. So this is an 8th Amendment violation that this young man is going through right now.
I mean, I have no problem with charging him and taking him or going to juvenile court if that's what needs to happen. I have no issue with that whatsoever.
Only thing is she can't charge him with nothing at this point.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't totally trust that he's 13 years old and that he's I mean, he's given us 10 different stories since the moment we met him. That's okay. If I can just get rid of him and do something with him. Well, and he's in all black. He's in all black and he has dirt all over his knees. Like he's been crawling around up his knees. So he stopped jumping, doing cartwheels upwards. That's what he just told me. It sounds familiar, really? And he said his mom was initially born in the year 2000 sometime. Now he's saying that she's born in 1896. I can't put my hair out.
1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Let me fix this audio real quick. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
I've got him in handcuffs right now, but I told him he was just detained. He was not under arrest. So he keeps putting handcuffs, which I don't really care. Alright.
Hi, partner, what's your name? I'm sorry. Getting cold yet, Ed?
He just had the nerve to ask, and he said, "You getting cold in there?" Wow. This is how these officers, they come in contact with your kids to treat your kids like this. And, you know, they don't need a whole bunch of time to violate rights or put them into unbearable conditions. They just need a few minutes. It's already 18 degrees out there. We've seen what the little boy had on when he was driving the golf cart. The golf cart. He had a little thin jacket on, and, you know, now he's handcuffed. He can't put his hands around his arms to even try to generate any kind of heat. He's handcuffed in the back seat, and the officer just turned off the heat and rolled down the back windows. That's crazy.
I'm sorry. Getting cold yet, Ed? You take it cool. So can I. Because I've got heat in this car. So here's where we're at. See with the Roswell Police Department. Look at me when I'm speaking to you.
This right here, totally unconstitutional. This interrogation. This interrogation right here, this is totally unconstitutional. The conditions that he's putting this little boy through, wow. All this right here is messed up. His qualified immunity just flew right down the street. You see, the only thing is that it got right back because nobody pressed the issue. This officer right here, he didn't even get a slap in the wrist. Actually, he got promoted. He got promoted, ladies and gentlemen. The title of this video is Body Cam Footage Release of Roswell Golf Cart Incident. If y'all want to, find out the backstory to this and what happened, this happened a couple of years ago, 2018. But this officer, nothing happened to him. And that's facts.
My name is Sergeant Elsie with the Roswell Police Department, okay? You can't be driving a golf cart in the streets. You understand that, right? I'm pretty sure that's not your golf cart. Is that fair to assume? Where did you get the golf cart from? What school? Science school. Where is this science school? Yeah, I can see your breath. It's pretty cold back there. You telling me?
See, if you don't understand why this officer as messed up in so many ways is because the means he used to obtain the information from this minor is a violation of his 8th Amendment. Cruel and unusual punishment. Out of the ordinary. This is not how, people with scruples, this is not how they operate. Okay? The masses would look at this and say, how unprofessional of this sergeant right here to do this to a minor. This is a minor in the back seat, ladies and gentlemen. This is a goddamn minor. So if you don't understand that this cop is a criminal, you need to understand now. Renetta says now he is torturing him, dirty ass. And Dean Herndon says there's full of torture. They're full of torture. This is what they do. His qualified immunity is floating all up and down that road right now because he let it go. Thing about it is, if don't nobody press the issue, it comes right back. His qualified immunity flies right back into him. It's part of his soul because the Supreme Court has gifted the police that. It's like their ultimate protection. All right? But right now, he's not a police officer. He's a criminal. A cold-blooded criminal. Shout out to Renetta Williams. No accountability. No accountability at all. Not in this situation. This sergeant actually got promoted.
Speaking of, what's Mom's name? You don't know Mom's phone number. All right, well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna drive to this address you gave me. You live in Alpha. To this address, you gotta hang tight right here, since you can't remember Mom's phone number. And if I can make contact with Mom, then we'll get some heat going.
Wow. Pending the contact of Mom is when he'll generate the heat in the vehicle. We got a minor, 13 years old, in the back seat of the car. Okay? He lied to the police since he's seen him. Okay. He broke the law. He's a minor and he broke the law. But because he's done those things, does not give the police the right to do what they want. They have to go by policy. Okay? They took an oath. They have to honor that oath. They have a minor in their custody. And right now, they are being neglectful.
All right? You hang tight.
Alpha 2, we're good for.
And she's just as guilty as the officer because she never stepped. That's her body cam. She took an objective record of that whole conversation. She's just as guilty as him because she did not intervene. That is her cruiser, okay? That's her vehicle. That's her issued vehicle. She is supposed to roll those windows back up and turn that heat back on because that is not a legit means of obtaining information from a minor. Nope. So guess what? Her name is on the ticket as well. Federal court. It should be on the ticket as well. Because she took an oath and she's not honoring it, and she's just as much as a criminal as the sergeant. That's when it becomes a gang. They do dirt together, and they a gang.
He's freezing him out. He's about to drive to the address that he gave in a home with him and he don't in the car. It's chilly.
They got a nerve to talk about how cold it is out there and the conditions that they're putting that little boy through. Wow. And this is your local police. This is actually in Phoenix. This is in Phoenix, Arizona. But this is your local police in every goddamn state. in many cities. Oh yeah.
Oh man. Is it cold in the car, you're asking? Yeah, it's freezing in there. Well, he's got all the windows rolled down and the heat off.
She is not even sitting in the car with him. You low down piece of shit. You let this sergeant come through, violate all types of civil rights, and you ain't even sitting in your own vehicle that you got the minor in with the windows rolled down at 18 degrees outside with no heat on? Wow, this is crazy. This is real. This is what they do. This is the reason why we only got 8 people in the chat. In the stream. I'm sorry, in the stream. This is the reason why. Because this is not what they want you to see. Shout out to Philly Boy 420. This is not what they don't want you to see this. And guess what? Another reason is that people ain't interested. They could blow a kid's head off in broad daylight and people forget about it next week. It's a sad, sad world we live in, and I'm telling you. I put a post up on Facebook over there. The world is collapsing socially. And you got motherfuckers jumping up and down over sports. You better get with the program.
Yeah. It's like on the border. Alright, so what's the verdict?
They're going to stay home.
Oh, okay. I checked on his cuffs once. They seem loose enough.
Not bad. I understand that, but I gotta check the just the right one? Yeah. I'm gonna loosen it a tiny bit. It's not tight, too tight. Understand that, right? I'm gonna loosen it just a smidgen.
They act like they come to work and they put on those handcuffs every day. They don't wear those handcuffs. They don't know how they cut into your wrists. How they had that shit swollen 2 or 3 days later. Black and blue marks all around your shit. You gonna tell him how tight they are on his 13-year-old tender wrists. He do not come to work wearing handcuffs. How the fuck would he know? That's what I talk about, the disdain. The disdain that they have. That they have for humans, period. The public. They don't give a fuck. Shout out Philly Boy 420 on that pancake strain. Man, you know why I smoke so much.
Stay over here. Are they having some severe I want to pull him out and pat him down one more time before I transport it for him.
Come on out. Come on. Your head. Now break your feet. I'm going to fix the handcuffs that are going to stay in the back this time. That's because I'm not going to leave them loose for you to wiggle to the front again. You understand? You understand? Put that hand on the hood or on the car. Leave it there.
Oh, wow.
That hand behind you.
Do we witness contact? Or is that just a bump of the body cam? That may have just been a bump of the body cam.
Yep. What do you have on you that you're not supposed to have? Actually nothing? We're actually going to get to the bottom of it. You see, these are all kinds of loose because you're able to free spin your hands inside the handcuffs. So this shit and I are going to run you home, okay?
Where are we going?
Oh, maybe I ought to be in front.
1 altitude, I'll be following Sierra 3, 1 male. Beginning mileage 128177, 128177.
So I guess they on their way to take them to juvenile detention because they can't get in contact with the mother. Mother's on a date. It's about, 2 o'clock in the morning, I believe, at this time. They didn't have him for about an hour. I don't call that a date. I call that a booty call.
Walk over towards your room.
Come on, Henry.
Hey, I'm just gonna grab his backpack real quick. I'll be right back.
Shut this camera down. That's the end of that video right there, but it was kind of lengthy. I admit it was kind of lengthy, but I had to get y'all to watch majority of the video to find out what was going on, rather than just go to the part where they were violating his 8th Amendment right. This minor of 13 years, 13-year-old minor, who was driving a golf cart, and one of the police officers intervened and decided to violate his civil rights by cutting the heat off and subjecting him to the cold, to obtain information. That's crazy. But shout out to all 9 of y'all in here. I appreciate if all 9 of y'all would throw a 1 in the chat right now, so I could, identify who's all in here. Just hit a 1 in the chat real quick. And I don't got no more juice, but we can go over a case that I got coming up in April, one of my arrests. We could go over that video. So if y'all want to do that, y'all want to watch that video, give me a minute. I got to take a break real quick. I'm not going nowhere. But I need Renetta. Shout outs to Renetta Williams. She said 1. Philly Boy 420 says 1. Just need a couple more ones. We got 8 people in here. We can go over this body cam vid. And I have not budged. This case right here, I'm just waiting to see what they going to do and keep continuing it. It's a very serious case, and of course, I'm not budging. But I'm going to take a break real quick, like a minute. I'm going to be going for a minute. I'll check on some things real fast. So if y'all want to see that, let me know. I'll come back and see it in the comments. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Resistance. Second half of this live stream. I don't know. Y'all want to continue? It can be the second half. It's still early. East Coast time is 11:22. 11:22 East Coast time. What's going on in the news? Still waiting on a response if you guys want to see this body cam footage of one of my arrests. I got trial coming up. And keep continuing the case, so I'm still checking in the chat to see if y'all want to see that. We got 5 people in here. I don't care. It's whatever. So shout out to Marie Antoinette, Marie Williams. I'm sorry, Renetta Williams. Sorry, Queen, all the way from Wynn, Arkansas. Renetta Williams. Dean Herndon, he said, yeah, play it. Philly boy, you still in here, Philly boy? We only got 6. It's a small amount, but we can rock out. All right, let me find it. Let me find the video. Give me a minute, like 2 minutes. I should be able to pull it up. I just got a huge catalog, so it's not, I can't get to these videos fast. I got to keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Yeah, we could go over this. This is body cam footage and my footage. It's going to be 2 separate videos for body cam footage and my footage. Here we go. Of my arrest. And you guys can watch this. Thank you, Marie Antoinette. Appreciate you. So that you love my videos. Thank you. We could go over this together. And I just want your honest opinion, man. Like I told y'all, I'm not budging. I'm going all the way. Okay? There's no way. I'm gonna say straight up, there's no way I'm going down on this. That's how I feel about it. Y'all give me your opinion at the end of both videos. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Give me a second. There we go. Nah, that's not it. Hold on, let me pull everything up. I gotta give it to y'all right. Gotta give it to y'all right. I'm gonna take my time and find both videos that y'all need to see. Yep. All right, here we go. So this is my footage first that I'm going to show you guys. I got it here right behind the screen right here. This is my arrest of me filming a traffic stop. I did not commit a crime. Police officer escalated. And then after we watch this, we're going to watch their footage from their own body cam. All the way until they took me to the jail. To the police station, should I say. So let's watch it. this street is the famous Blue Hill Avenue. Okay, Dorchester and Mattapan. Blue Hill Avenue, ladies and gentlemen. That's the arresting officer right there, Scott Roby. Officer Scott Roby. That's the arresting officer.
You were in the right-hand lane, and you go on the left. And that lane is a bike lane. It's not supposed to be driving. See right here?
Basically, this is a moving violation right here. The lady has her driver's permit, and she made a moving violation. Nothing serious. I was just recording the whole situation because I already had history with this police officer in a prior video. So I just recorded the situation. Watch how it unfolds.
You can turn from that lane. You have to stay your speed will 40 in a 25. The whole city is 25 miles an hour. Okay? I gave you a warning for that as well. Alright? It would have been $305. Alright? I gave you a warning. And that would have been on your license. Okay? That would have been on your license.
You done here, officer? Are you done?
So you hear me ask the officer twice, is he done there? Okay? Not only that.
That would have been on your license.
Not only that. Check out his hands. This is what I want to point out to you. He just gave her paperwork back. Did you see that? So that's proof that this traffic stop was concluded. After that, I asked him twice. I said, are you done with this stop? I know I said it loud enough. I say he chose to ignore me, but it's a possibility that he couldn't hear me. If that's the case, he shouldn't be a police officer if he can't hear, somebody speaking loudly to him like that. But we see him give the paperwork back.
Okay, I gave you a warning for that as well. Alright? It would have been $305. Alright, I gave you a warning. And that would have been on your license. Okay? That would have been on your license.
You done here, officer? Are you done? Was he talking that nicely to y'all before I pulled up?
No, not really.
Not really, right? Yeah, I know this dude. He's an asshole. This was for...
I specifically asked him that question because I have history with this police officer. And I know he's not a nice guy. And you see what the lady said. Before I pulled up, he wasn't talking that nicely to them.
For y'all safety, I pulled up too late. But y'all check me out on YouTube. Boston artist.
Check this out. He's on his way back.
Artists, the resistance. I'm not obstructing traffic. I'm not obstructing traffic.
He said, step out of the street or I'm going to lock you up.
It's the resistance. I'm not obstructing traffic. I'm not obstructing traffic.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this street is clear. And I'm also in the bike lane.
Boston audits the resistance.
Okay, sorry, that's a mistake. I'm not standing in the bike lane, but I am standing next to the car talking to the driver. I'm not obstructing any traffic.
I'm not obstructing traffic. I'm not obstructing traffic. I'm not obstructing traffic. How you gonna lock me up? See this tyranny, See this tyranny? Name it that.
So I get out the street. Pay attention. I'm out the street.
Name the badge, officer. Section, chapter 48, section 98D. Name the badge.
Now he's coming towards me.
You are required. You are required.
Not gonna
You
tell
are
you again.
required.
Let me see your hand.
So, I've been trying to find out what law it is to not be in the street. I can't find it. I don't see no law that says, being in the street and obstructing traffic while in the street is two different things. As you can see, I'm not obstructing any traffic. I'm not being disorderly. I'm actually questioning him exactly what law is it that I can't stand in the street. Because he's giving me an illegal directive. And he tells me that if I step in the street again, I'm going to get arrested. Where they do that at? Apparently here in Boston.
Chapter 48, section 98D. Name the badge.
In correction, that statute is chapter 41, section 98D. This was still in the early days. This was in the early days of building the resistance. Being out there hard in the field, just recording everything that I could see so I could bring it to y'all. Because once I noticed that once I pulled my camera out, these cops' heads turned into lizard heads. You understand what I'm saying? It was a whole different face that they had when I pulled this camera out on them. They just started turning into lizards. It used to be this show back in the day called V for Victory. And these aliens came to Earth and, looking like humans, but they actually peel their skin off. They peel their skin off and they turn into lizards. That's how these police are, man. You put your camera on and they just turn. They turn on you. But this one right here, he's vicious, okay? He's vicious. And I just won't stop. He violated my civil rights. I will not stop. I hope he knows it. I hope he knows it. I did not do nothing wrong. I did not commit a crime. I didn't break a law. I ain't do nothing. He went hands on with me. He was out of his scope. Let me tell you, way out of his scope. All this he about to do, he turned into a criminal. He was just a criminal with a uniform and a badge. But he was not acting under the color of law.
You are required. You are required.
Not gonna tell
you are
again.
required.
Let me see your hand.
For what? I got out the street. I got out the street. I got out the street. I'm not resisting. I got out the street. I got out the street.
Behind your back.
I got out the street.
Behind your back.
What are you locking me up for? What are you locking me up for? I already told you to step out of the street. What are you locking me up for? I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything behind your back. I'm not doing anything. Stop.
All this escalating, all this excessive force. Who's the victim? First of all, who's the victim in this whole situation? Who got hurt? Who got hurt? Nobody got hurt. It was just a guy with a camera recording. It has to be a victim. Who was the victim? What is he complaining about? What did I do to him for it to be so serious that he had to pull the cuffs out assault me, pull all on my neck, try to deploy his taser. Try to deploy his pepper spray. Half my face burning, half his face burning because when he deployed it and went back on him, dummy. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to take me down, all because I stepped off the curb. Yeah, I was in the street. I was in the street twice when he told me to get out and when I walked around the car and stepped down off the curb. But that ain't no law. That's not an arrestable offense. Okay? That ain't nothing to be throwing no cuffs on and locking somebody up for. That's why I said he was outside of his scope. Way outside his scope. Now he want to come to court with lawyers. He want to wait for his lawyer to show up. Whatever. I'm going to be at every appearance, okay? Every hearing. I will be there.
What y'all locking me up for? What you spraying me with, bro?
Shout out to Dean Herndon. Dean Herndon, the charges were resisting, all these were secondary charges. Resisting arrest, disorderly, and assault and battery on a police officer. Supposedly, he got a cut. He said he got a cut on his thumb. He caused that. He the one that caused the assault and battery. But nothing about me stepping off that curb caused any concern or danger for him to have to put any cuffs on me. Nor was it an arrestable offense. That's his ass. Well, I be damned. Shout outs to Renetta Williams.
What you spraying me with? Stop presenting spray me with it. Bro, what you spray me with? What did you spray me with, bro? Yes, you did. Bro, I didn't even
Then
do
he
it.
lied on body cam and said he didn't spray me with nothing. Okay? In the police report, he talking about he tried to deploy his pepper spray. He tried to. But he just said right here he didn't spray me with anything. Lying, old school Boston, lying ass cop. Okay? Cold-blooded piece of shit. Let me tell you. He knows all the ins and outs. He been doing it for a long time. He just ain't never had nobody challenge him to the extent that I'm going to challenge his ass. Officer Scott Roby, native Alaskan. That's what he is. I got a cold treat for his ass.
What you spray me with, bro? What you spray me with? Stop presenting spray me with it. Bro, what you spray me with? What did you spray me with, bro? Yes, you did. Bro, I didn't even do anything. What are you locking me up for? What's the charge? What's the charge? What's the charge? What's the charge? Can I get my camera off the ground, please?
I asked him what the charge was, and he keeps saying, I already told you. So that means he's sticking to me being in the street. That's what the charge is. He said if I stayed in the street or if I got back into the street, he would lock me up. I've been looked everywhere. Where is it a crime stand in the street to talk to somebody? What crime is that? You know, unless I got traffic backed up, you know, and I'm just totally ignoring that this car is trying to get down the street, or I'm just like in the street being a nuisance, you know, maybe under the influence. None of that. It was none of that going down. It was the simple fact that he felt as though because he told me not to be in the street, I was supposed to comply by his, illegal directives. But it is what it is, man. It happened to me. It was an unfortunate situation, but, rights have to prevail in this situation.
Can I get
They just have to.
my phone up already? Can I get my phone up? Huh? Can you give me my phone, please? Yo, I'm going right to you. Give me my phone. That's my phone. Yeah. Give me my phone, bro.
So he wants the phone, right? And I held on to it as long as possible. I actually held on to it all the way up to the point until they took me out the car when we got to the police station. So I had it the whole time. But when he got it, of course he broke it. Good thing is that the recording already went to the cloud. So the recording was safe. But he did everything he could by trying to destroy the recording. And the recording was safe. And that's what you just watched right there. Okay, that was my footage. I'm going to shut the camera down real quick. And now I'm going to go to their body cam footage. This is very interesting. All the way from what you just seen, all the way until they took me to the police station. And like I said, you know, if you can save your comments until the end, please do. I'll read them anyway. Dean Herndon said, yeah, standing in the street was against the law. They would be locking people up all day long. Exactly. So not only is this an illegal directive he wanted me to follow, but because I have him on footage, look, I got him on footage right here. This is first time I ever got him on footage. This is what it looked like. That's what he looks like right there. That's Officer Scott Ruby. That's the first time I got him on recording. And it wasn't a good time then neither. We started off bad from the bat. You know, I don't have respect for the Boston police, and I definitely didn't have respect for them then. I think they all criminals. They all pieces of shit. And when I seen his face, I just knew he was a criminal. And he tried to violate my rights that day. He started talking about if I was in the street, he was going to lock me up. If I stood in the street, he was the same shit that he said when he arrested me. He said right here, this video right here. Shout out to Renetta Williams. Have a good night. Sorry if I'm dragging it out, but I really don't have nothing to do with it. It seems more personal with, what should I say, personable, with 9 people in the chat than 35 or 40. Of course, the numbers don't get too high when I go live because they don't let people know that I'm live and on time. They don't want people to know that I'm live because they don't want y'all to hear the truth. I don't want y'all to see the truth, should I say. My body of work is basically based on videos. So they don't want you to see the stuff that I show. But anyway, Renetta Williams, have a good night. Hope your brother doing good. Tell him I said get well. Shout outs to him. Dean Herndon said they need to lock him up for just the way he looks. Right. How about that? He look great. We ain't gonna talk about that. We just gonna talk about the tyranny and corruption. Anyway, let me get back to this video. Where is Sam? There we go. Give me 1 second. I'm about to pull it up. Alright, so here we are. This is the beginning of this video, and I'm going to just play it through. 13 minutes, 27 seconds. We could talk about it a little bit at the end. Of course, I'm going to talk through it. But just to give y'all a heads up, this will be the last video that I'm showing. Shout out to all of y'all again. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Harold Shields. Harold Shields hanging tight for sure. In a second, you're going to see me coming up, starting to record.
What's going on with your license? Did you just get your license?
Did I just get it? She was teaching me how to drive. My mom was down the street, so I know we were going to. She has her license.
You're supposed to be in the front seat. Nobody has the seatbelt on. You guys got to switch up. She's subject to arrest right now.
Wow.
No. You can drive, but she has to be in the front seat.
To be clear, he already had stopped them initially and ran their paperwork and everything. This is the second time that he's approaching them.
You guys need to put your seatbelts on.
That's me right there. I just pulled up. I'm recording them.
Your license. Here's your license. Right. When you have a learner's permit, the person that has a license is supposed to. Alright? And your permit is no good after 1 a.m. You understand that? You can't drive after 1 a.m. Okay. Alright. What you're cited for is a marked lane violation. Because you were in the right-hand lane and you're going left. And that lane is a bike lane. It's not supposed to be driving. See right here? See how they have it marked off?
Yeah, but what I was trying to tell you is I was going to turn, but we changed our minds. So that's why I ended up going in front of you.
No, but you still can't drive. You can't turn from that lane. You have to stay in the I understand, and that's why I'm explaining it to you. Okay, listen, it was $105 for the marked lane. Your speed was 40 in a 25. The whole city is 25 miles an hour. Okay? I gave you a warning for that as well. All right? It would have been $305. All right? I gave you a warning.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And that would have went on your license. Okay? That would have went on your license for the citation. To be driving, see right here? See how they have it marked off?
Yeah, but what I was trying to tell you is I was going to turn.
$305. All right? I gave you a warning.
Thank you, appreciate it.
That's him right there giving the paperwork back. Seems to me he's concluding the traffic stop. He already said, I gave you a warning.
And that would have went on your license. Okay? That would have went on your license for the citation.
But it seems like he cut him a break, which is cool. I mean, that's what's up. Kind of surprising coming from this officer. I've seen the tyranny in his eyes before, but this particular night, I actually feel it as well. Tyranny and corruption, should I say. You know, the corruption developed after they arrested me, and, you know, the narrative that he put in his report. So on the body cam, you don't hear me saying, "Are you done with this stop? Are you done with this stop?" Which I said twice, which is good that I was recording because you hear me say it on my body cam. All right. I don't know if he heard it or not. I know as loud as I said it, I'm pretty sure he heard it. So I'm at the passenger seat now. I'm sorry, I'm at the driver's seat. I'm talking to the driver right now. I'm in the street. I'm at the driver's door, and I asked her, I said, was he talking this nice before I pulled up? And this is when she says no, while he's here in the car. And he's getting out.
Find out. Step out of the street. Step out of the street. Step out of the street. Step out of the street, or I'm gonna lock you up. Step out of the street. See the tyranny, y'all? See the tyranny? Name the badge. Name the badge.
Go ahead.
Chapter 48, section 98.
Chapter 41, section 98D. I'm asking for his name and badge. He just told me to step out the street. And he said if I don't get out the street, he's going to lock me up. I got an issue with that. I want his name and badge. And he's not giving it to me. Now he just created a situation where I need to speak with him.
Step out of the street. Listen, I'm not going to tell you again. Right? Let me see it. For what? I got out the street. 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 I got out your hand behind your back. I got out your hand behind your back. What are you locking me up for? What are you locking me up for? I already told you to step out of the street. What are you locking me up for? I'm not doing anything. I'm not your hand behind your back. I'm not doing anything.
Shout out to Dean Herndon. He says, I think that audio part has been edited. He's playing to say he never turned it completely off. It should have been on his recording, you asking him. Yeah, well, I don't know. It didn't sound like it was edited. Possible. It's possible they could have did something with that, but I never had an issue with this body cam. It was pretty much clear cut. Everything that I seen on this pretty much happened, and I didn't see anything that was redacted or edited. But it's a possibility, you know. I don't know. I'm going to check that out again.
I'm not going to fucking play this game. What y'all locking me up for? I already told you. I already told you. What did you spray me with? What did you spray me with, bro? I didn't spray you with nothing. Yes, you did.
So they didn't spray me with nothing, ladies and gentlemen.
Bro, I didn't even do anything. What are you locking me up for? What's the charge? I already told you. What's the charge? I already told you. What's the charge? I already told you. Can I get my camera off the ground, please? Can I get my phone off the ground? Can I get my phone off the ground, please? I got your phone. Huh? Can you give me my phone, please? Can you give me my phone? You're under arrest, too. You better stop. Can you give me my phone? Give me my phone. Yeah. Give me my phone. Go. Can you give me my phone, please? Can you please give me my phone? Can you give me my property? It's my property, first. I get
At this point, I'm being kidnapped, man. Like, they got no reason to be throwing any cuffs on me. Not for standing in the street. That's not an arrestable offense. Like, you just can't lock people up for being in the street. Just like Dean Herndon said, if that was the case, everybody would be locked up. And the level of escalation that this officer took it to. And sad thing is that the other officer just joined in. Never thought about intervening, saying, hey, this is not really right. He didn't break a law. He didn't commit any crimes. We shouldn't be doing this to him. Just as guilty as Scott Roby. Okay? He's just as guilty as Scott Roby. Sort of like Roddy Bryan joining them with the McMichaels. He joined them, so he should get what the McMichaels get. And he should get what Roby gets. The officer that joined them with my arrest. Charles Marie Antoinette, unlawful arrest. Yes, definitely so.
Help me! Help!
What's the five? Can I get a supervisor up here?
Eyezonbluebloodz. Sorry about that.
So at this time, I'm in the back seat and I still got my phone. I got my phone in my hands and I'm trying to dial some important numbers to let people know that I'm arrested. But I just can't get the phone all the way around to see the screen. Like, I was just like a few inches away from being able to see the screen, so I couldn't hit. I didn't know what buttons I was hitting. And I'm trying to hit buttons, but it's not connected to make a phone call. So I'm just holding on as tight as I can to my phone because now I know that the video is secure. Okay? I don't even think I was able. What fell to the ground was the gimbal. The gimbal is what fell to the ground, but I still held on to my phone the whole time. So I was able to secure the video by shutting my phone down because if anybody wanted to cut back on, I had a lock on it, So that's how it was secured.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eyezonbluebloodz.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's something.
Shout out to Arrow Shields for sure.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
A little bit.
So this officer asked, he said, "Are you rolling?" He's like, "Yeah." He said, "Okay, I am too." So that was pretty much the code to not say too much. It's not much to be said. This was a simple arrest. We'll talk about it when we get back to the station. But he was being on point to not say anything, to not be premature and say anything that he shouldn't have said. So he put the code out there to Roby and asked him, was he rolling? They both were, and he kept it just like that.
Yeah. I had a traffic stop. I had to lock up John, the video guy.
He said, I had a traffic stop. I had to lock up John, the video guy. That's your proof right there that he knows me.
Then he started resisting. I was cuffing him and I had to spray my ear. Went off. Sprayed me in my eye.
He said he was cuffing me. Nobody asked why he cuffed me. He just goes straight to the point that, yeah, I walked up to him to cuff him. And
then he started resisting. I was cuffing him and I had to spray in my ear. Went off. Sprayed me in my eye.
so he said he went up to cuff me and he had the spray in his hand and it went off. And it sprayed in his eye. But he told me he didn't spray me with anything. So that shows he has knowledge that the pepper spray was deployed. When I asked him what he sprayed me with, he said nothing. I didn't spray you with anything. But he tells his sergeant that he walked up to me to cuff me and had his pepper spray in his hand and it went off. It just went off. Wow. It just went off.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. You good?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there, the officer just signaled to him and said a little bit. Speaking about, look, that's the signal that the pepper spray got on him as well. Because not only did it hit me, but it hit him. But he told me he didn't spray me with anything. But he told the sergeant it just went off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a traffic stop. I had to lock up John, the video guy. Then he started resisting. I was cuffing him and I had to spray in my ear. Went off. Sprayed me in my.
That's where he starts off from. That's where he starts off when he tells the story to his sergeant. I walked up to him to cuff him. I had the pepper spray in my hand and it just went off. So none of them, the sergeant does not ask, well, what you lock him up for? That's not a question at all. That is not a concern on what I was locked up for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you see the back of the car?
Yeah.
Is he still recording here? Is this turned off? Or is this
Yeah. His is still on the car.
You have this one then?
Yeah. No, he has the phone. It's in the back under his. He put it under his butt.
Wow, they have interest of my phone. He asked listen to this. He says, do you have his phone? Do you have his phone? That's the main concern. They want to know about the phone. I got the phone. That's what he was worried about. Me having the footage.
No, he has the phone. It's in the back under his. He put it under his butt.
What? All right. You want to walk you back now to get the EMS here then?
Yeah.
This spot here? Huh? I'm going to call him right here. You have to move?
No, we'll go back.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I
don't think it got him, but it just got me when I was cuffing his head.
He don't think it got him. He said, I don't think it got him, but it got me. But I asked him what he sprayed me with. I made it known to him that I got sprayed. He said, I don't think it got him, but it definitely got me. This shit is crazy.
You get the EMS here then?
Yeah.
This spot here? Huh? I'm going to call him right here. You have to move?
No, we'll go back.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I
don't think it got him, but it just got me when I was cuffing his head.
Let me see
What's the charge, man? What's the charge?
I already told you.
What? Let me get off the street with the charge. What's the charge? Why you can't tell me what charge with?
I already told you.
It's
on your camera. It's on your camera. And it's on mine.
What was it? What was it that was going through? What was it? Yo, what are you doing, bro? Why are you grabbing my shit like that, man? Why are you grabbing me like that? Release the camera.
So he pulls me out the back of the car, and he's being abusive and aggressive, twisted the middle part of the cuffs. My wrist kind of like twisted a little bit as he was pulling me out. I'm asking him like, yo, what is you doing? Why you pulling me out like this? So he's starting to, take the escalation higher and higher. There's some things that you won't be able to see, but as he walks me closer to the door, he doesn't walk me, he forcefully pushes me. And as we get close to the door, he rams my head into the brick wall. But you guys won't even be able to see that because his camera is pretty much over the top of my back when he does it. So I'm protesting as loud as possible. I'm being kidnapped. At this point, I don't care. I'm not complying with anything because I didn't commit a crime. I didn't break the law. So, they're taking me against my will. So I'm going to be the loudest person at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning as possible. Anything that's going to get the attention of a private citizen, anything that's going to be able to take notice on camera. Because this was just totally ridiculous. The arresting officer is Scott Roby, Boston, Massachusetts, ladies and gentlemen.
Kill me! Kill me!
Getting closer to the wall now, towards the door.
He's trying to kill me. He's taking my property. He's taking my property from me.
Right here is where he ran me into the wall.
He's trying to kill me.
Right here.
He's taking my property. Stop punching me. Stop punching me. Stop punching me. Stop punching me. Stop spitting.
He got a few punches in as well.
Why are you doing it to me, man? Why are you doing it to me?
So you can see that he's constricting my airway. He used the hood and put it on my nose and pulled it back as far as possible. You can see how tight he's pulling it on my face.
Why are you doing it to me, man?
There you go, right there.
Why are you doing it to me? I'm not going to spit. You don't have to do this to me. You don't have to do this to me. I'm not going to spit. You don't have to do this to me. You don't have to do this to me. I'm not going to spit on it. I'm moving right with you. You don't have to do this to me, please. You don't have to do this to me.
Shout out to Aaron Donnell McWilliams. He says we have matching videos. Yeah, bro, send it to me, man. I'll play it up here. You know what I'm saying? You can come up as well and narrate. We both can narrate it together. You can take the lead on it. This is what I do. I show videos just like this. This is my video, my arrest video. And I received all this for standing in the street. Shout out to Aaron Donnell McWilliams. Marie Antoinette, she says they are acting like vultures. And Dean Herndon says they will eventually throw that out, I would imagine. So at this time, you can't see it's other officers applying all types of pressure points and stuff, knees to the back of my thighs and all that. And you'll start seeing a little more of this excessive force and abuse as the seconds roll along. He was dead. I was
John, you need to stop. You need to stop. I'm not resisting. I'm laying right here. I'm laying right here.
Knee to the neck, ladies and gentlemen. You wonder why I was whimpering and sounded like I was out of breath and was telling them I wasn't resisting. That's the reason why right there. And let me just take it back real quick. If you check the date, just check the date. I asked y'all to check the date for a reason. Listen to me saying I can't breathe. I said I can't breathe, y'all. I can't breathe, please. And that was April 25th, 2020. A whole month before I ever heard or knew who George Floyd was. This I can't breathe thing, this thing has been said for years and years from many, many, many people. This I can't breathe thing is nothing new. You'd be surprised how many people have said it and been in that position right there. That's illegal now. They can't do that no more.
I can't breathe.
Stop spitting. I got this. Just relax. We're gonna get your eyes washed out. Shit.
You didn't get straight. I get your eyes washed. I got in my hand. I was trying to cuff him. And he was resisting. He kept pulling. I'm not resisting. Another reason why I'm back up the whole time. I got to. I'm back up from them the whole time.
Take care of that. Well, we got this. Just got this. You guys are
your pocket. His pockets haven't been checked. Yep. Always doing stuff.
Hear that? At the end. Said he's always doing stuff.
Always doing stuff.
He's always doing stuff. Like I said, they done pushed this up about 2 times already. I've been coming to court, appearing every time, and it's always something different. Shout out to Dean Herndon saying that he imagined that they would throw it out. Listen, they're going to see my face every time there's a court date on it. They could play if they want. I'm still trying to figure out who the victim was. Because they definitely don't think I'm the victim. shout outs to everybody in the chat. I really appreciate y'all rocking out with me. We had a long one tonight. Shout outs Harold Shields for sure. Aaron Donnell McWilliams. Marie Antoinette. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Don't hesitate to subscribe to my backup channel, Eyezonbluebloodz, on YouTube. That's my backup channel to the Resistance on YouTube. I'm in YouTube jail right now. The Resistance platform is in YouTube jail right now, so ain't nothing going on over there for maybe 2 more days. Yeah, about 2 more days. But you can subscribe to Eyezonbluebloodz. That's EYEZONBLUEBLOODZ. That's at YouTube. Also, that's the same for my email address, and it's sliding to the left on the ticker tape at the bottom of the screen. So if you want the correct spelling of my Eyezonbluebloodz platform, backup platform on YouTube, you can just check on the ticker tape. I'm also on Odyssey as well. That's ODYSEE, Odyssey. I'll make sure y'all, go to these various platforms and subscribe, like, share. Most importantly, please share. Dean Herndon said, did you ever see your FedEx driver on the street anymore? You know, the one with the gun? Nah, I never seen him again. Shout out to Harold Shields. You have a blessed day too, sir, for sure. Aaron Donnell McWilliams says, for what? I don't know what you're asking, Aaron. Please be a little more specific. So, yeah. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Pretty sure all 9 of y'all already have, so probably just preaching to the choir. Oh, Aaron Donnell McWilliams said, why they block on YouTube? Well, I mean, simple. They don't like, I'm not going with YouTube's narrative. They don't want a whole bunch of cops being shown in a negative light. That's not good for what they're promoting. So, and I keep it real. I don't hide nothing. I keep it straight to the oils. When you speak truth, you get censored. And I'm one of those people. And I have, somebody told me that I have no filter. So on top of speaking the truth, that's not too good. But the good thing is I ain't never come on this thing to be famous. I always had a purpose. And that's the show, The Tyranny and Corruption. Shout out to Dean Herndon. You do the same. You take care as well. Yeah, I'm out of here, y'all. Shout out to all y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. It's the Resistance. Make sure y'all stay tuned.
Hit the lights! Everybody about to get killed out here. Like it for everybody.
Make sure y'all stay safe out there. When y'all see the police, pull out your camera and record if it feels as though they doing some dumb shit. Record their ass. It's legal to do so. Supreme Court ruled that we are allowed to record police officers while they're in their official capacity. Do not hesitate to record them if you're seeing them doing some dumb shit. Once again, like, share, subscribe, join. Spread the movement.
It's a very psychological thing that's happening here.
I'm just a black man with cameras.